Hi everybody, welcome to my Facebook Live, my online class to go today. I will be using the Warmest Heart bundle. That is this cute little thermos bundle, so fun. It has little stickers that you can put on the thermos as well. It comes with a die set that cuts out a lot of fun little pieces, so that is there. I'm just realizing there's a piece missing. There it is, right there. Good. We don't want to get off to a bad start. So, a little chaotic at the Tuttle house today. We are babysitting our kid's golden doodle, and he is a big golden doodle. His mom was a standard poodle. His dad was a big golden retriever. He's 6 months old, and he's huge. I was hoping he could stay in here with me as I started my Facebook Live, but it became pretty apparent that it was going to be too chaotic. He might have tried to eat one of my cracker boxes from last week that had some nuts in it, so I had to send him to the outdoors. So welcome to my chaos, and if you come in, let me know that you're here, and I would love to say hi to you. I think I have some fun projects for you today. I am struggling to find me on my computer here, and that's kind of important because that helps me see what you guys are doing and saying. So let me reload it here and see if it'll pop. There it is. Woo! Yep. There it is. Woo! Thanks for joining me. Let me know you're here when you come on. I'd love to say hi. So again, we're using the Warmest Heart bundle today. Is that backwards for you guys? It looks like it's backwards. Let's see if I can switch this without, there we go. Yay! Without it messing up my feed here. That's always a struggle. So we're going to be using this bundle today. It comes with a cute little die set that matches it. And let's get started. I want you to know that starting tomorrow in the holiday catalog, sorry you guys, in the holiday catalog, there are a bunch of things going on sale because they are like gradually getting rid of some things that aren't going to be around next year. So as soon as this video is over, I'm going to upload for you the last chance list, which has everything that's going to be discounted and that's going away. And then the other list is called the carryover list, and it is a list of all the things that will be carrying over into next year's catalog that you can know that they're going to be back, including that beautiful navy and gold glittered ribbon. So I'm really excited about that as well. I'm sorry. I just, well, I was a little bit late, Kathy, so maybe it wasn't your fault. So, okay. So I think today I'm just going to talk about my events as I craft with you, if that is okay. And, we'll just go ahead and get started here. All right, I'm going to turn my camera down for you. And hopefully we don't have any of the technical issues that we had last week. That was frustrating for sure. All right, there we go. I'm going to move this a little bit over this way, a little bit down, and it looks like we're good. Okay, so the host code for this week is 676 KJWV3. Now, I'm going to be talking about tomorrow in my email newsletter about a gratitude sale that I'm having this week just for my customers who are in my email. So if you would like to know about my gratitude sale that I have going on during Thanksgiving week, you need to be a part of my newsletter. So please message me above. You can send me an email to judyltuttle@gmail.com and let me know you would like to be added to my weekly newsletter. Now, I do a weekly everything about everything newsletter every Tuesday, and then I do reminders and updates throughout the week. So I send probably 3 emails a week. So if if that will annoy you, I'm sorry, but that's the way I get information out to my customers and let them know that I'm taking care of them and reminding them of specials and things that are going on that I don't want them to miss out on. Okay? So if you would like to be a part of my email list, please let me know by emailing me at judyltuttle@gmail.com, or you can also just send me a PM above and let me know that you would like to be a part of my email list. Now, this is such a fun bundle. It's the thermos. You know, thermoses, Yetis, Stanley cups, man, they are all the rage right now, right? I think it's going to be one of the most gifted items of the holiday season. So I think it's very timely that Stampin' Up! Came out with a stamp set that has a thermos on it, and a Yeti type cup as well. I'll show you that in a middle. And then the stickers that you put on these little Yetis and thermoses are very, very popular. I was trying to find some while I was in Lincoln, and they were like, we are sold out everywhere. So anyway, and then it comes with this die set here. You can put some interesting designs on your thermos. You can do a metal cap and do the caps in a little bit different color. That is possible as well. It's just so much fun. So I hope you enjoy these today. I think it's kind of fun and whimsical. And to tell you the truth, I think this one is going to be leaving. But we will look. I'll upload that last chance list as soon as I'm done. My instructions for the crackers are not in a tutorial, Laura. They're just on my Facebook Live from last week. So I think if you watch it and you stop it as needed, you will be able to follow along with what I did for the cracker boxes. Okay, if you need help with that, give me an email message and I will try to help you out with some of those measurements. Okay, all right, so let's get started. The first little thing is a little treat holder that I'm going to show you how to make. These are so much fun. I am going to take a 6x6 piece of designer series paper. Okay, 6x6 piece of designer series paper. And this is really fun for Christmas as well. I just decided for this one, I wanted it to be bright and cheery. And so I'm using these daisies and these little lemons in the back. Okay, so you're going to fold your 6x6 DSP in a triangle, matching the corners up here. And I'm going to use my bone folder and I'm just going to press that out. There we go. And if it doesn't match exactly in the other corner, it's fine. And you'll see why in just a minute. Okay. Then you're going to take, got a little something on that piece of DSP right there. I'm not sure it would have mattered, but let's clean that up. You're going to take one of the top points right here, and we are going to fold it down just to meet the other folded side like this. This is called an origami treat holder, and you can really make them from any square piece of designer series paper. I just knew I wanted this to be little, but I've made these with an 8x8 piece, a 10x10 piece, a 12x12 piece for a really big little pocket. Okay, and then you're going to take these side points and you're going to fold them up to meet the score line of where you folded that top flap down, like that. And then we're going to fold this in as well to meet that one. There we go. So it looks like that. And then we're going to fold this flap down over the top of it, right like that. And it's going to form a little pocket right there. Isn't that cute? Okay, so for me, I like to secure this down. So I'm going to take a piece of, I'm going to take my Seal Plus, just going to run a strip right along the top there and press that down so it will hold it Went a little too far with my seal, but it's okay. I can get that off with my little adhesive eraser here. We used to sell adhesive erasers. We don't anymore, but they are very inexpensive on Amazon, and I keep one close by. As you can tell, it's important. It's important for me. Okay, so here we go. I have a little piece just dangling right there that is not being cooperative. All right. There we go. I'm just going to cut it off. Okay, so there's my little pocket. Now, what I'm going to do with this little pocket right here is I'm going to add a label, and I'm using our new online exclusive hexagon punch. I love this punch. It's so pretty. It does have a stamp set that coordinates with it, but, and there might be some things coming out in the new spring catalog and celebration that coordinate with it as well. But there we go. We're going to just pop that right there, but not yet. I stamped on a piece of Petal Pink the outline of the thermos, and I stamped it in Memento Black ink. So I'm going to grab my Memento Black. That almost landed in my lap right there. Good catch, Judy. And so tell me in the comments if you want. Oh, thank you, Laura. You're so sweet. I'm going to stamp a thermos, okay? And then I would put my die on it here, and I would run it through my die cutting machine and cut it out. But I already did it just to save us some time. And then we also have a lid die here, the thermos lid, and I cut that out of some of our silver foil. Now, our silver foil used to be in our annual catalog. It is now an online exclusive, and as of this morning, it was on low inventory. I think a lot of people maybe bought it during the sale last week. I don't know. So we're going to take this silver lid, and we're going to put it right here at the top of our thermos, right there. Okay. Now I grabbed, we have a little flower stamp here, and I'm grabbing my Petal Pink, and I'm just going to stamp the flowers inside that thermos, and I'm going to stamp it. Hi, Jen. Thanks for coming. I so appreciate you, Jen. You're just the best friend. You're just a good person. Okay, so there's my flowers. I stamped it there. And I'm going to stamp them again up here, and they're going to overlap a little, but we're not going to worry about that because that's going to end up being covered over. There we go. So there's my flowers inside. Next, I'm going to go back to my white piece of paper right here, and I'm going to stamp two things on it. I'm going to stamp my sunshine sticker. Boop, 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 boop. In crushed curry ink. Right there. Isn't that just so happy? And then my sentiment that says, "You warm my heart." And I'm going to do that in crushed curry as well. I'm going to get it close to that bottom edge. There we go. So somebody said last week they were amazed at how I could stamp upside down. But you know what that came from? That came from years of being a math teacher and doing math upside down so the students could see my process as they were looking this way. So anyway, I became pretty good at doing a lot of things upside down. All right, so now there is a little die for that sunshine as well. Here we go. I'm going to just add that die over that sunshine, come over here to my die cutting machine and run that through. And now I've got my little sunshine sticker to add to the top of my thermos. And see, it's going to cover up that part where those flowers overlap. So it's so cute. This set actually, thank you, took a little bit to grow on me, but you know, that's a lot of things don't jump out at me at first, but these thermoses are so popular these days with people of all ages. We have so many. My husband's like, if you come home with one more of those, but I love them, those thermoses, I'm going to shoot you. He wouldn't really say that, but he is pretty adamant that we should not have any more. Okay, I'm just cutting those words off right there. And I'm just going to rough cut these in half. So I'm just taking my scissors and I'm just cutting it in half right like that. So there are my 2 sentiments, okay? My sentiment that is cut in half, I should say. All right, so let's go back to our little treat holder here. Have any of you made these before? I think they're fun. And they make great little Christmas gift holders too. You can put hot chocolate and a candy cane in there. Can you guys guess what I'm going to put in this one? The DSP does give it away just a little bit. Okay, so then I'm going to take my thermos right here and I'm going to pop it up right there on my little pocket. You want to make sure you don't put dimensionals under your thermos where it overlaps the top edge here, or else you're not going to be able to make that a pocket. Okay, so there we go. How cute is that? And then I'm going to take these and I'm just going to adhere them right here on the side of my, I'll leave a little space there, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to add a little seal behind here. So Jen, I don't know if you were on and you heard that I'm babysitting, I'm doggy sitting my grand dog this week. My daughter and her husband and the kids are in Chicago with his parents for Thanksgiving, and it is a 6-month-old golden doodle named Chester, and he's ginormous. He's so big. So I had to ban him to the outdoors. I can hear him barking out there. Hopefully you guys cannot hear him barking. Okay, I had some embellishments right here. Let's see, where did they jump off to? I have some cute cards that I got in the mail this week too that I wanted to show you. Oh, by golly, I just ordered some more of them, and I wanted to show you. Here they are right here. Festive pearls are what we're using. And so I'm just taking some of these silver ones and I'm just sprinkling them around the front of my label here. Boop. Go right like that. And I could add a couple to my thermos as well. Super fun. Now, what I'm going to put in here are full of energy. Yes, so he got one of my cracker boxes and decided, yum, yum, that would be good to eat. So I'm adding in my pocket for this one, lemon ginger herbal tea with probiotics. I have a friend that's a little feeling under the weather, so I thought this would be fun. And I am really digging these Biscoff cookies. They are so good. Last Thanksgiving, my daughter-in-law made a pie where she used Biscoff cookies for the crust, and it was a white chocolate cranberry pie, and it was delicious. So that kind of got me on my start with Biscoff cookies. So isn't that cute? Little pocket to hold some things. Now, you could do the same thing. I found these cute little Trader Joe's dark chocolate hot chocolate sticks. You could, instead of the T, if you made it a little more Christmassy, you could add that to the pocket. Super fun. So I think the lemon tea with the Biscoff cookies are going to be delicious. So that is project number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Okay, so my next project has a little bit of a Christmas flair to it here. And it has a manly flair, I think, almost too, don't you? So super cute. We've got the thermos with the big cap. We've got the thermos with the smaller cap. And I'm going to show you how I created this card. So thank you, Kathy. I'm glad you enjoy it. It makes my heart happy when people know that they like it as much as I do. Okay? All right, so I have a piece of the paper from the Walk in the Forest Designer Series paper. This is our paper this year. It's our philanthropic paper, and it has some polar bear. It has like an assortment of all kinds of designs that coordinate with our other stamp sets and bundles. But this one, I'm using this kind of sweater pattern here. And I'm going to add it to a piece of Old Olive cardstock that's cut 5.5 by 8.5 and scored down the middle at 4 1/4. Okay, so very nostalgic. I think the same thing. Very retro, right? And retro is back now. If you are looking at some of the fashions, things are returning. Not from my era. Not from the 70s, but more from the 90s, maybe. So that's fun. Okay, so there is the front of my card base. And then I took a piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock, and it is cut 1.5 by 4. And I embossed it with our cane weave. This is one of my favorite embossing folders, this cane weave embossing folder. I just love it. And I am going to just put a strip of my Seal Plus right across the front. Sometimes it's hard to add seal. Well, 2 things. It's hard to add seal without it pulling up because the fibers in this have now been crushed and pulled out from being in the embossing folder. But also you can like press into it and press out that beautiful embossing that you just worked so hard to make. Okay, so this is 1.5 by 4 embossed with the cane weave embossing folder. And I'm just going to add that right down the middle of my card base, right like that. Okay, next I die cut out a piece of very vanilla cardstock, and I used our contours, color and contour, scalloped contour dies are what these call. Now these were originally made to like go with a stamp set. I can't remember it right now, but I have used these scallop dies and this scalloped edge dies so many times, it's like crazy. So I picked the one right in the middle, this size, and I cut out a vanilla piece of scalloped, and I'm going to add it right there on the side. But before I do that, I've got the word thanks, and I'm going to use cherry cobbler with this. And I actually decided maybe I should say thanks more than once. So I'm going to put it here several times. Thanks, thanks, and maybe back this way, thanks, like that. Do you like that? I felt like the one maybe wasn't heavy enough for this project. Okay, next, I'm going to take some dimensionals and add them to the back side of this. And there's always people who say, use your take your pick tool. I do not find it difficult to use my fingers. So I usually use my fingers to take off my my dimensional tops. And of course, now that I say that, it's going to be weird. No, it's not. It's fine. Okay, so I'm going to add that right to the side edge, about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch off the edge there, depending on which edge you're considering. So that's going to stay right there. Now, let's work on our thermoses. I have 2 thermoses, and I've already die cut out a couple of the pieces for you. So I cut out of Old Olive the thermos that has the small cap on it. And then I cut out this coordinating piece in Mossy Meadow that's kind of a diamond pattern, very retro, right? We're going to add that right there to the top. And then I cut out a lid to my thermos out of that silver foil paper that we're going to add right to the top right there. So fun. So I am going to just add a few small dots. You don't want to go overboard with liquid glue ever, ever, ever. And there's no reason to, okay? Because a little bit goes a long way. So look, I'm just adding tiny little dots here to the back of these diamonds. There we go. And then I'm just going to put that right here on the front of that thermos right there. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing with my silver lid here. Okay, I'm excited. I have a bingo night happening this weekend, and I have 12 ladies coming via Zoom or in person. We're going to work on some jumbo tags, which I love, love, love. They're all the rage right now. So I'm just going to use some liquid glue and attach that right to the top of that label, okay? So I'm excited about that. The next project that I have coming up after that, the next event, is that I have a little gifts class where we make 5 little gifts to give to coworkers, family, friends, use as stocking stuffers, whatever you want. To find out all the information about that, you can join my email list. I'll put a link to join in the description after this video is over. So I'm using some Memento ink on that larger thermos. Stamp that there. And then they have this really fun kind of plaid design in cherry, and we're going to stamp it in cherry cobbler. So anyway, you make 5 little gifts. I include the gifts to put inside. Now, you know, they're not Apple Watches or anything like that, but just fun things that I picked up from Bath and Body Works and Sephora, maybe even some Walgreens things in there. They're fun. So I'm adding this plaid cherry cobbler to the inside of that thermos. How cute is that? Isn't that adorable? I just love that. Okay. Thanks, Jen. I'm excited about it. It's going to be so much fun. So much fun. Okay, so I'm taking now my light Old Olive blender pen, and I'm going to color this time the cap of this in Old Olive. Light. I'm going to start with the light. Okay, I'm going to add just a little strip there at the bottom in the light. There we go. And now I'm going to come in with my dark, and I'm just going to really just add the dark stripes here along the top of, and darken up this strip down here at the bottom, right like that. Okay, isn't that fun? Okay, so now I am going to grab my die. That is my thermos die. Here it is right here. And I'm going to go over here and run this through my die cutting machine. It's pretty easy to line up. There we go. And this time I'm going to pop this up right here on that edge right there. Let me find my dimensionals. Isn't this fun? Are you guys enjoying these? So sometimes it's fun when you look at a stamp set in the catalog and you're like, I don't know if that one's for me, right? And then you start playing with it and you're like, I so love this. Why didn't I realize how cool this was earlier? So that's kind of how I felt about this. So isn't that fun, that little thermos? And you guys, there's a high chance you might be getting a thermos this year for Christmas because like I said, they're saying it's probably going to be one of the most bought gifts of the year. So I'm just going to add some of these dots. These are the red from the festive dots. I don't think they look really red. I think they look more cherry cobbler, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, we need one more. We need a 5th one, right? Maybe I'll do it right down in that corner right there. Okay, so there's that card. Now, what would I do for the inside? I would probably add a piece of vanilla paper. And then I thought it might be fun to take the thermos, which I already have out here, and just stamp it again on the inside. What's the paper? It's Old Olive. The card base is Old Olive, Kathy, and the inside here, this piece here and this piece here is called Mossy Meadow. Mossy. I always say it like that because my favorite movie is You've Got Mail, and one of the guys in the movie says, mossy. I like my apartment to smell mossy. He said it turns on the girls or something. I don't know, but I always say it like that because that's the way he says it in the movie. And so let's add again that plaid. There we go. And I'm going to color in the top of that again with my light. I'll be a little more careful if it's in the inside of the card that you don't go outside the lines because you don't have your die cut to save you here. Hi, Kathy, by the way. I didn't see that you were on here earlier. Nice to have you. I miss you a lot. I'm going to show a card that you made at the end of the video here. Kathy sent me a beautiful card this week that was just precious. So there you go. There is card number 2. What do you guys think of that one? I kind of love it. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. I think it does have a very retro feel about it. Let me clean up a few things here. And we'll move on to our last project, which is kind of a fall-inspired one. And I realize we might all be tired of the fall paper that has gone in and gone out and gone in and gone out. And I realize that it's not available anymore. But hopefully you guys got some of it. And or you have some kind of fall paper at home that you could use to make this project. Now remember, if you take this as an online class to go, you don't have to worry about having the paper because I provide the paper for you. So that's a perk, right? Okay, so here's my last card. I really do love this card. This was inspired actually by a card I received when I went to Las Vegas from Erica Serwin. Mine is very different, but very similar in some ways as well. I loved how she used that fall paper in the background, and I have a friend that's very sick. Hopefully she's going to figure out what's going on with her this week. But I wanted to give her the card this week, and I thought it's still fall. It's still a season of gratefulness, so I'm gonna use it, by golly. So let me pull out my little pack here. Super fun. So we're using another different stamp set today. And this one is one that I haven't played with a lot, but it is called Fruitful Blessings. It also has a die set that coordinates with it. And I'm going to use this little acorn leaf piece right here. And the only reason I am using that is for the background of my card, just to add that little texture of something going on in the back. Okay, so I'm going to grab my crumb cake ink, and this is a piece of crumb cake paper that's cut 4 1/4 by 11 and scored down the middle at 5 1/2. Okay, so got the crumb cake. So I believe that this is one of the stamp sets that is on the last chance list for tomorrow. And it has a die set that cuts out all of these individual pieces. It's very cute. So that would be another one you might want to look up tomorrow as you are thinking about what to buy from the last chance list. So I am doing a birthday class in December because my customer said we'd love to have a lot of birthday cards ready to go when the new year starts. So I'm going to be using the stamp set that is in the holiday catalog called A Year to Celebrate. It has birthday sentiments in it. It has a celebrate sentiment in it. And it has a Happy New Year sentiment in it as well. Okay, what do I want to do here? Maybe I want to come in kind of like that. Okay, so we're just putting a few of those in the background just to add some texture to our card. And then I'm taking a piece of early espresso, and this is cut 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then I'm adding a piece of designer series paper. This is that autumn piece. To the back here. Isn't that so pretty? And this is cut 3 by 4. So the back panel is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. The inside DSP is 3 by 4. Okay, so I'm going to grab my CL Plus here, and I'm going to add the leaves. It's so pretty. Like, you know why this paper kept selling out. It's because it's gorgeous, right? And then from that same DSP package, I cut a 1 inch by 3 inch piece of that wood grain. And this is just to look like that thermos is sitting on like a table or something. Okay, it has a base to it. So I'm going to add my adhesive to the back of this and just attach it across about a 1/2 inch off the bottom edge, like that. Okay. Then I have that copper ribbon. This came in a 2-pack of the wide linen ribbon, and it also comes with this metallic copper ribbon. I just so love that. I am going to wrap this around about right there around my card. Okay, so I'm going to add some Seal Plus to the back. I'm going to decide where I want this. It needs to be right there. And then I'm going to flip this over and press it against that back edge there. And this extra, I'm just going to cut off with my paper snips. All right. So let's add some dimensionals to the back side of that. And I'm going to need your help here in just a second, making a decision about what leaf to use on the front. So get ready for the poll that's coming up. Take these off. So I'm so grateful for all of you for watching me. I'm humbled that you would take your time to watch me create, and so many of you stuck with me throughout this year with my move from Nebraska to Texas, and I'm so grateful for you. I want you to know that. It means a lot to me, and I had a much better year than I anticipated, and that's because of all of you. So thank you so much. Okay, so I cut my thermos this time. This is the one with the small top on it in crushed curry. And then I cut this kind of checkered stripe out of Cajun craze. But this time I decided, man, that's awful skinny. Might be hard to put glue on the back side of that. So I used a piece of our adhesive paper. And I love the adhesive paper, especially for small detailed dies like this, because it makes it into a sticker. It makes it so easy to apply right to the front of our thermos, okay? Then I took a piece of copper foil paper, and I cut the lid out of copper because I just thought it kind of coordinated better with all of this. So I'm going to add, oh, thank you, Chelsea. We love you too. It was so good to see you guys at On Stage last week. That was fun. And so what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? We don't have any kids here this year. So Kristen, her husband, like I said, the reason we're Chester babysitting, doggy sitting, is because they're in Chicago with Ryan's family, which I'm excited for them. And Carson and his wife, who live in Iowa, are spending the holidays with her family in Marshalltown, Iowa. So Jim and I are by ourselves. We are driving to Abilene. That's where the majority of our family. Okay, I've got to make sure, got to see what I'm doing here. I get to talking and I forget, right? So cute. What do you guys think of that thermos? I think it's super fun. Next, I just have a scrap. Sue, hi. I have a scrap of Very Vanilla that I'm going to stamp Get Well Soon, and I'm going to stamp it in Cajun Craze. And we have two label dies, and I just want to explain the difference between the two here. So I'm going to stamp Get Well Soon right there. Ah, I messed it up. Flip it over. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to try one more time, and I'm going to do what I always tell my customers to do that I'm not doing, and that's when you use a photopolymer stamp, it's wise to have this foam mat underneath it, and I need a piece of Very Vanilla. Let me grab my stash up here. So how I organize my cardstock is that I have this little file behind me. You guys have seen that. And I put the whole sheets of cardstock next to it. And then I bought these little acrylic folders that I put my scraps in. So it has really helped me with organizing my scraps. I was a hot mess with keeping up with all my scraps. So I have one of these little file folder sheets for every color of cardstock that I own. And I just throw the little pieces in there, and then when I need just a little piece, I pull it up. So much better. See, when you follow your own advice, things go smoother. I think you should get this stamp set too, Sue. It's a fun one. Okay, so there are two of these label dies in here, right? They look identical. Now, one of them cuts out the center. Okay, and you can see the little ridges on there. And that's what we want to use on our Get Well Soon right here. We want to cut out, no, I lied. That's not the one. We want the one that doesn't cut out the center, Okay, so we are going to put that on here. I'm going to use a piece of my Post-it note tape to hold it in place. So Sue, I don't know if you can look up for me whether this bundle is going to be on sale starting tomorrow or not. If it is on sale, I would highly recommend you guys to buy it. So there is my Get Well Soon, okay? And then I did the same thing with the other label die with that copper foil. And I'm just going to add this copper foil label around the edge of that Get Well Soon, like that, okay? So I'm going to take my liquid glue. I'm going to add just a tiny dot on either end. And then I'm going to spread that out so it won't gush everywhere, and put a little bit on the edges here and just add that too. So like I said earlier, I will attach the last chance list, the link to it, to this video when we're done today. Okay, so that says Get Well Soon. And like I said, I have a friend that's sick. I think I'm going to send her this card because it still has like the fall flair to it, right? I'm going to grab a dimensional here, put it on the back side. It's 40% off, you guys. This stamp set and die set is 40% off. So I think you should log in tomorrow to the Tuttle Up shop, and you should snag it while you can. It's a fun one. It is a fun one for sure. Okay, now I put a little leaf here in the corner. And on my other card, I used this Cajun Craze leaf like that. But I wondered what you guys thought about this pecan pie one. Which one do you think I should use this time? So there's the pecan pie. I'll hold it up a little closer so you guys can see it. There's the pecan pie. And here is the Cajun Craze leaf. Right there. So I'll give you a few seconds to vote between the Cajun Craze or the pecan pie leaf. And I'm going to do, while you guys are deciding that one, 40% off. So Jen says Cajun Craze. Anybody else have a vote? I'm using our linen thread. You guys, I use this so much. It's just a really nice neutral thin thread. I'm going to cut 2 pieces that are about 6 to 8 inches long, like that. And I'm going to tie a bow, a single standalone bow. So when I tie my single standalone bows, I make a loop. I have the little side closest to me, okay? And I go around my thumb and pull that other end into the hole. There we go. That is a pretty perfect standalone bow right there, if I say so myself. I'm going to pull them a little shorter. There we go. I'm going to cut these in short here. And I'm going to grab some of our glue dots. 40% off. So what is the price now, Jen? Does it say there? I think it was like 41 something. 40% off. Wow. It's a good deal. Okay, and then I'm just going to attach. Oh, we didn't decide which one. Let's see. Do we want the Cajun Craze? Okay, it looks like, to me, like Jen. Oh, Mary, thank you. Thank you. Everybody's saying Cajun. Okay, well, it must have made a good decision that first time around, right? So I'm adding that bow right to the bottom there of that Cajun Craze leaf. And then I'm going to put a dimensional on the back side here. And attach that right here to the side of our little Get Well thermos there. Filled with chicken soup for the soul, right? Okay, so there's our last card, Get Well Soon thermos. If I were going to put a piece on the inside, I tell you what I would do. I would take this very vanilla panel. I would stamp it once again with this acorn stamp set from the, what about the Beautiful Blessings stamp set? Is it going to be discounted tomorrow as well? There we go. How pretty is that? Love it. And then let's, 1080 for the stamps. I'm not seeing the dies, and I will leave the light. Oh, that's fine. That's okay. I can look it up. It looks like they're sold. They're not selling them as a bundle, huh? So 1040 for the stamp set. That is crazy. And the dies are 1620. You guys, that is quite the value there for sure. So log in tomorrow. That one's going to go fast to the TuttleUpshop.com and grab your sale items. Okay, so here's our last card. Do you guys like it? Which one? I don't know what you mean by that, Jen. Which one, what? Okay, so here's my third card. Here was my second card. So fun. And here was my little pouch I made with our lemon tea and our biscotti cookie. It looks like it might have popped out of this one right there. Biscoff. I keep calling them biscotti. Biscotti are the long, skinny ones that you put in coffee. Biscoffs are delicious. If you guys have never had one, you need to try. I got these at Walgreens. Most grocery stores sell them as well. Okay, so there's my 3 projects. Really quickly, before you leave, I want to show you some fabulous cards that I received in the mail this week. Oh, that one. Okay. The Fruitful Blessings one is carrying over and not reduced. I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so quick, I want to show you the beautiful cards I got sent to me this week because they are really quite fabulous. First, my friend Ruth recently lost her husband, and I sent her some flowers. I took them over to her, actually, when I was there in Lincoln. And she always writes really sweet poems in her cards. I loved getting Ruth cards. So she wrote me a sweet poem and sent me this card in the mail. I love Ruth to death. I'm sad I don't get to see with her in person anymore. And then my sweet friend Kathy, who's here right now, sent me this beautiful card as a sympathy card for the loss of Jim's mom a few weeks ago. So thank you, Kathy. This really meant a lot to me. And then, wait till you see this one. My friend and team member, Kay Paulson, sent me this card that is an easel card. Look at that. She made the little gnome from the gnome set last year. And look, the little feet, like, swirl back and forth. Isn't that fun? Cute pumpkin. So thankful for you. And then you open it up and look, a little turkey gnome. Isn't that so cute? And again, the little legs will swing back and forth. So thank you, Kay. This card is fabulous. I love it. And I love all your fun. She is just the champion of like 3D creations and interactive cards. Kay just does fabulous work. So thank you, Kay, for that. I hope you guys love all of those cards. I love receiving your cards as much as I love sending my own out. I'm going to pull this camera up. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'm so thankful for you. I'm so thankful that you're here with me. If you ever have any questions that you need me to answer, I would love to answer those questions for you. If you need help placing an order, just email me, PM me, reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you with that as well. I put in orders for people all the time that struggle with the online store, although they have made it a lot simpler here lately. So the host code for this week is 676KJWV3. Love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. So grateful for you, and God bless. Have a beautiful, blessed week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.